What's going on, guys? Brandon back again for another video. If you guys have been following the channel for quite some time, then you know that with the Jetta I've always been talking about, oh, we're gonna do nitrous, oh, we're gonna do nitrous, oh, we're gonna do nitrous. Well, today we're gonna take the first step of doing nitrous because Cody and my brother are jackasses and decided to make their cars faster than mine. So Cody actually recently picked up a supercharger for the Jetta. So if you guys have any interest in seeing how one would do that, because you can't technically really buy any other kit other than the V9 for the Mark IIIs anymore. So Cody picked up a V1 blower and we're kind of piecing together the kit. There's a couple of brackets that we might have to actually make in-house, so you guys will be able to check all that kind of stuff out. Slap that together, I would say probably within what, a couple weeks? Yeah. Within a couple weeks, the car should be up and running. You guys have already seen Rob's car, and Ryan, the guy with the $200 Golf, is actually turboing his ABA. So we have a bunch of Mark III content coming, and I just have to play keep up. So I have a couple things coming for the Jetta, one of which today is going to be a wideband. So I'm going to show you guys how to go ahead and install the wideband in the Jetta. I didn't buy a pod, so I'm going to show you guys what I did to make it fit, how to wire up the O2 sensor, how to weld it and bung, all that BS, and kind of explain the distancing and why you do things a certain way. And there's Rob. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so as you can see here, I have a messed up box. I was able to source a wideband, and so one of the important things with doing nitrous, I know it's really dark, is being able to see your AFRs. There's a lot of horror stories about people running super lean and blowing their stuff up because they just slap a bottle on it, they spray it to all hell, and then it blows it up. So for a long time I went back and forth if I was going to do this, and then like I said, when Rob turboed his car, it really inclined me to do nitrous, and then I was like, I like my car, it's reliable. Then Cody bought a supercharger, and then Ryan decided he's going to try to smoke me with his ABA and start ordering turbo stuff, so I said fuck it. If I blow it up, it's nothing new, you know. Rob's the king of blowing stuff up, so we can we've been swapping motors and Mark IIIs like nothing lately, so what's another one? So anyways, the wideband, basically what the wideband sensor does is it allows you to see your fuel to air ratio and your mixture coming through like your tailpipe. So there's different readings for different setups. Usually, like if you're running a turbo car, you'd want to be more rich on a wide open throttle. If your car is professionally tuned, then usually I think they try to keep it around like 12.5 to 13 is like optimal for like best horsepower. But if you're running like a generic like chip tune, or you're trying to do it like with a fuel pressure regulator like we did on the 240, then you want to stay on the richer side because you're not really being able to mess with the fuel tables per se. It's just one generic tune, and those cars technically tend to run more around like 11.5 to 12 at wide open throttles. Alright, so here is the wideband gauge, the face. I started doing this yesterday, so get this back out. I tried not to push it back in for a reason. Okay, cool. So you can buy pods for these, and me and Rob spent a good 5-6 minutes trying to figure out where I wanted to put it. Some people put like pods here, some people put it all down here. With the 240, if you guys have been around for a while, you know I already had holes drilled out in my dash from the previous owner, and so I just went ahead and ran my gauges in there. It looked real cool in pictures and shit, but you couldn't see shit when you're trying to drive, and especially in that car, as squirrely as it was, I couldn't look at where I was going and watch my gauges, so it's kind of a pain in the ass. So I wanted this kind of in my good line of sight. So what I did is I took a pair of tin snips and a, what the hell are they called? A Dremel. Sanded it all down and made it sit pretty flush. Sits pretty good in there. I didn't push it all the way in yet because I want to wire it. So wiring is going to be kind of a pain in the ass. The ignition stuff won't be too bad because of where it's at. I can just run that to the radio. But feeding the fucking O2 sensor harness is probably going to be somewhat of a struggle. I don't know how long it is. So anyways, first step with anything else, disconnect your battery. So let's do that. So once you actually get your car jacked up, if you have a catalytic converter, then, and this is just for NA cars, so keep that in mind, you'd probably want to do it before the catalytic converter because obviously the cat is going to catch some emission stuff and kind of change where the AFRs would be. At least that's what I read on the research. Because I have a test pipe, I don't have to really worry about that, so I'm going to probably just end up putting it right in the test pipe. And that way it just makes things super easy when smog comes around or something and I have to put my cat in. I don't have to worry about fucking with any of that stuff. I can just pull it, unplug it, put it up, put the cat in, be done. So yeah, I'll go ahead and show you guys what that looks like down there. Don't mind the funky angle there, guys, but as you can see, here's the test pipe. Here is where we put in the factory O2 sensor and this bung, which is probably toast. So what we're going to do is take off those 3 bolts right there, and these look like 12s. Pretty sure they're 12s. And then these I think are like 16s or 17s.
None of it.
Clear?
I think you just like to be in tight spaces.
I do. Shout out to Kelly. Alright, so we got the test pipe out. Simply 3 bolts on each side and then 2 bolts on that side. And this is where the factory O2 sensor is. And mine sits in here like this because I was an idiot and put this up top. So it's cool because I don't have to worry about my sensor hitting anything, but it's a pain in the ass because I have to drop it, pull it out, and then I have no leverage. So you can see here with the directions how you're basically supposed to set this little degree here. I don't know to what effect it really makes, but that's what they recommend, so we'll do as close as we can. You can see I did it with my factory O2 sensor on that one, so we'll just kind of try to mimic the same thing for this one. Bruh! The trigger just broke off the angle grinder. Really? Yeah. What the heck is that? Shout out to Harbor Freight. So I got all the wiring on the underside of the car done. Kind of wanted to give you a little rough walkthrough. So you can see I had the wideband just zip tied to the throttle cable, so you don't have to worry about it falling down. And then it's kind of hard to see now, but there is a little grommet back, like literally square with this coolant reservoir that pops out, and I just ran it right into there, made it super easy. I didn't have to go through the main harness at all. And as you can see, other than that little zip tie, you can't see anything in the bay. Then on the bottom side,
Yeah, see.
where'd it go? Right here. And the wire runs right up there. I gotta cut that zip tie. It shoots right up to the engine bay. Alright guys, so got pretty much everything wired up. I wanted to kind of show you guys, before I put all the interior and stuff back, I wanted to turn it on, make sure everything turned on. What I ended up doing is splicing into the radio for the ignition and the ground. So that way it has key on power. I think the factory radio harness is good for like 30 amps or something like that, so I think it should be fine. And yeah, so let's give it a shot and see. So I ended up putting the battery back together. You guys can see my little vent that I made. What I did is I drilled, or I had Rob drill while I was doing the rest of it, a hole here so that I can still open and close my vent, which is pretty cool because then I can, most of the time I'll probably leave this vent closed when I'm running like a heater or something so that the cage isn't getting really hot. So I think that's a pretty cool little thing and it doesn't get in the way. Unfortunately, you do have to pull like all this crap out to do it that way. And then I just used the radio harness, pulled it out, spliced it in. But yeah, gotta make sure the radio and the gauge turn on. Sick. And that's just because of my the reason it's blinking is just because of the shutter on the camera. So in real life it doesn't blink like that. But anyways, everything's cool, so button it all back up. And then we'll fire the car up and yeah.
I want the tower.
Got my sidekick here.
Cheese!
Say what's up, you two?
What's up, what you? Happy what you?
Alright, so let's fire it up.
Whoa!
Make sure she's at like 14.8-ish. There she is. It's a little cold right now, so that's probably why it's on the richer side. And I do have a code for my primary O2, which I need to fix. I know the check engine light's off, but it's because I just cleared it. So my fuel trim's probably a little jacked up, but it seems to be doing good. So that's pretty much it. Overall, pretty easy install. Just depends on how good you want to be with the wiring.
Daddy, I am in my seat.
You're in your seat?
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely recommend it for anyone doing any sort of forced induction or nitrous or anything of that nature. In general, it's really not that bad, but to really justify the cost, I would say you'd have to be doing something of that nature. And hopefully it will save our piston rings and our floorboards when we get the nitrous. Catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.